Alright, so for this video, because I can do a talk through today and let you guys know what's going on with me, we are going to start with our eyebrows. Now, why do my brushes always disappear with my eyebrows? I'm going to do some pretty thick eyebrows just because I want them to be, you want pretty much the makeup part to look natural and the rest of it to look gory and FX-y. But anyway, I wanted to do this and chit chat with you guys about what's been going on. My POTS has been acting up very badly lately and giving me a lot of issues. That's why I'm still behind. I'm only a day behind on videos. So by the time Halloween rolls around, I'm hoping this weekend to do a double post, and then we'll be back on track. But midterms are right now, which it seems like midterms came really quickly this year, for me anyway. And I'm just gonna brush these out and make them a little bit softer. I'm sure some of you are probably feeling the stress too of midterms, but you know, that is part of school. I'm definitely ready for Christmas break already and Thanksgiving break. Those are going to be really nice. I also got a job now, so I am waiting on like paperwork and stuff like that, but I am going to still be doing this even when I have my job. So it just might not be as regular, so I'm going to try and pre-film as much as I can between today, tomorrow, and Friday, so that if I start work on the weekend, it's not a big deal. So now I am going to lay down my liquid latex, because I want to do that before I do the foundation, just so it looks a little more real. So we're taking ye old liquid latex from Spirit Halloween and my palette knife. Can y'all hear that dog? Shh. I love dogs, but that one was really yippy. And I'm going to start by laying down layers. So this is just kind of where you want your open wounds to be. I'm gonna do one right here, and you want to make them thin. I'm gonna do one here. So I'm gonna let the first layer dry completely, and I'm going to start working on my eye makeup. So I'm going to take a primer and go over my lids. No, your eye oh my. Your eye makeup can vary by what kind of look you're going for. Like if you're doing a princess, then it can be really pretty. If you're doing, I don't know, like a monster or something, like clearly it won't be as pretty. Sorry if you can hear my chair like against the wall. I'm gonna move it forward. I'm just gonna take some colors out of this Lorac palette just because it's neutral, and I'm going to take the color do I want? I think I'm just gonna take pecan. Do you say pecan or do you say pecan? I say pecan. But sometimes I also say pecan, so I don't know. I think it just depends on where you're from. But this is just kind of a soft brown, almost like a sable kind of color. Because I don't want to have like super pretty, like over the top makeup. I just want to have something on the lid so that I look a little bit human, but using kind of a brown will give you like a like hyperpigmentation kind of look, or like a decoloration. So layer 1 is now dry. You can kind of, maybe you can see it's kind of yellow right there. That is how you know it's dry, is when it kind of turns clear. So now we're going to do another layer over top of the area you already did it. And it doesn't have to be like perfect over top of that layer. Like you can go a little bit further out, or you're gonna do like a little bit more on the inside. But up to you how you want to do it. If you're allergic to latex, I would say probably do one of those like pre-made prosthetics and a little bit of an adhesive that is latex free. So now we're going to let these dry down. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with some more color just to make it look a little bit more done. What am I saying? I don't have many clean brushes, so this is kind of like a crapshoot of what I'm going to get. I'm going to take a little bit of Toffee. It's just a kind of orangey skin tone color, and go along the outside of pecan, pecan, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to take, I was going to take some black, but I don't think I'm going to. For my lashes, they're super simple. I'm doing just white mascara. This is just an eye base, a mascara base. But as I was saying before, because I don't think I ever finished my thought, my POTS has been bothering me, so I'm going to try and get through all 31 looks, but I honestly don't know if I will be able to, because obviously like my health in school comes first. But I do love doing this, so especially this time of year, it's my favorite part of my day is filming. Even if I have a lot of other stuff to do, I like to make sure I get this done. Alright, so now our eyelashes are kind of white and look like they've been covered with snow. You can add different things to your eyelids. Our eyelashes, like fake frost, which you could do with like maybe some cotton balls. So my latex is still drying, but I'm going to do the rest of the face as best I can. So I'm going to start by priming using the Smashbox Photo Finish. I'm kind of going around this wound here, or where that wound will be. It's kind of going around everything, using my fingers rather than using like a finger rather than like a few. This will also kind of enhance the effect of your wounds if the rest of your skin is very, very smooth. So now, I think this one's still drying, but the rest of them are good enough. I'm going to take the sharper end. If you guys can see, this end is pointy and this end is round. I'm going to take the sharper end and start picking. You want like not perfectly round holes, but big enough that you can fill them in. I like taking the sharp edge, even though like it can hurt, so please be careful that you don't hurt yourself. But it gets right underneath and you can kind of like go under and pull up. And I'm kind of going like up and down on this one, and it'll create like little holes, almost like you're filing it. Kind of do this until I want to get this big chunk up. Come on. Go. Go. There we go. So that the skin really, oh, this looks gross. I love it. Alright, and this side. So I don't want to irritate my skin too much. I am now going to lay down my foundation, which I'm going to get a brush for, because I am ill prepared. And I didn't know how I wanted to do this right away, but I'm just taking a Sigma flat top brush and we're going to go over top of all this. I'm going to start with just a little bit because I don't want to go overboard. A couple dots, and make sure you go over your latex. And see, with just a couple brushes over top of that, you have wonderfully blended latex into your skin. You want to make sure the seams, I guess you could call them, of your latex are kind of covered. See how this, you can see it here? So I'm going to pick at it a little bit more actually. Ooh, dropping brushes. So that I want to like scrape into it a little more. Alright. So now we do the actual frostbitten part, and this is the fun part. So I just have my usual palette of Makeup Geek and MAC shadows here. And we're gonna take a fluffy brush, and you're gonna take kind of a, I don't really have a black, I need a black shadow. Oh! So I'm gonna take a black shadow out of here, very lightly with the fluffy brush. I mean like, beat off the extra. Stipple it on the outsides. So kind of go around. The skin, and this is a matte black by the way, and you don't want it to be perfect, so stipple out some areas. This will also help cover those seams up too. And then we're gonna take another brush, and I'm gonna take Bitten out of here lightly and go in the centers where the holes are, because this is gonna show like that next layer of skin coming up. You just kind of twist your brush in there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Parfait Amour on the same brush, just because it's a matte purple. And take the extra off. Just kind of add it around so that the skin looks maybe bruised. To make this look even more realistic, I'm going to take some fake blood. I didn't know if I was going to, but just looking at it, it looks like it needs something. So I'm going to take a little bit of fake blood and put it on the insides of some of these, so that it looks like the skin is literally bleeding from like wind burn. And for my lips, I'm going to actually just take a little bit of this. That just looks like red lipstick. This way they look a little bit bloody and exposed to the elements. I'm going to take, why is everyone texting me? Some more of that red purple mixture and go on my lips with it so they look like they're turning blue. Okay? And I'm going to do some veins. Now veins kind of pop out when it gets real cold, so I'm going to take a really thin brush. I'm actually going to take a lip brush. This has blood on it, so that's fine. And you want to take the tiniest brush you have, and you're going to take a little bit of red, kind of draw veins, and they don't have to be perfect, obviously. And you also want to take a little bit of blue. I'm taking Neptune from Makeup Geek and using it on the same brush, but just super lightly. That might be a little too blue, so I'm going to blend it out with my fingers. Be a little bit lighter. You just want to go out from your wounds and kind of show that frostbitten. And this is it. So if you want to look like a frostbitten hiker or like a frostbitten Elsa, this is how I would do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time. Bye.